Hey everybody, this is Dr. LaKeisha J. Cole of thefaithoutcome.com, and today I'm getting ready to do my normal track and walk. When people are on the track, I usually try my best to do my activities when people are not there, just because the type of workout I do, again, like I said, it draws attention, but I don't do it for attention, and it's my time to relax. But because it's aggressive, I get a lot of eyes. It's hot today. I didn't realize how hot it was gonna be. I'm at the track now, but I normally start what I do anyway. Like I said, I have a very disorganized athletic routine that I do. It's not organized, it's not planned. I just do it for fun. I do it for me to relax. I do it for my health, and I don't track it. Like, I don't track. I estimate when I feel like I need to do it for, maybe I have a question for myself and what I'm doing, or if I am, let's see, but I'm just walking. I just started walking, and I'm going to do my regular routine, but like I said, I post, just sections of it. I've never posted the entire routine that I do. In my day in the life videos, I just give like little snippets of what I do. So like I stated before, for those of you who have been following me regularly, you're aware of my physical fitness, exercise, health and wellness interests, and I get to show you glimpses of that. I share different parts with you of that, but like I said, for me, because it's fun, it doesn't look like fun when people are watching me. Because like I said, I'm just very myself. So I'm aggressive when I want to be aggressive along my day of fitness and exercise. I'm relaxing when I want to relax. So, I'm not in a position where I have to worry about like the numbers. I'm not tracking my food. I'm not tracking my exercise. But like I said, for people who see me doing it regularly, like for example, when I'm sprinting on the track, the days that I come out and I decide I'm going to do track activity for me, for my relaxation, my fun, I try my best to do everything that I do when people are not watching, because again, I'm doing it for me. But I do it when I feel like it. So there are days when people just happen to be around, on the days that are convenient for me to practice and do all that stuff. And so when I do, it doesn't look like fun. It looks like, oh, well, what are you training for? Like, sometimes people, they don't normally bother me when I'm working out. And people who work out, they normally don't like to be bothered either. But sometimes you might see something that gets your attention in a way that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you, but I just had to say something, because are you training for something? Like, I get that here and there. So I try to, when I'm on my track, I just go with the flow. When I'm doing this trail, like this isn't it's not, okay, it is a specific trail, but I don't do the trail that I'm doing. I have my own trail. I have my own distance that, I work out. I love scenery. I love to be outdoors. So I have parts when I'm on a trail and then I get off of a trail. I'm walking at certain times. I'm sprinting at certain times. I'm jogging at certain times. I'm jump rope jogging at other times. And I don't even take thought in it. Like, I don't come outside and say, oh, I'm going to do this today and I'm working on this. I'm not working on nothing. I'm just doing it. But what I happen to be doing is something that people probably train and practice for all the time. I love when I'll put one of my certain locations. I love when I'm at one of my certain locations on a certain day. There's no activity, it's quiet, it's silent. I can do everything I want to do for miles and miles, and I'm never distracted. I don't run into cars, I don't hear noise. There are few, if any, people that I pass along my trail. And a lot of times, like you see, I get to do my video and I get to enjoy my trees, the wind, but like I said, I have a natural competitiveness inside of me. So I don't feel like I have to do my stuff in an organized manner. Like my things that I do for me, I don't have to do it in a structured, organized way. I can just enjoy it. And for me, when I'm doing my nutrition and when I am performing my athletic activities, I get to enjoy. Like, and if I tracked that entire day, if I track 24 hours of a regular day, okay, when I'm just being me, my physical activity is really high. That's why I'm motivated not to track it. I don't think twice about it. But if I had a professional who was following me and I wasn't aware of it at all, they would have a whole lot of numbers to record. Because, like I told you, I detail my car daily, like regularly, just because I like it to be clean, fresh, smelling, sanitized daily, every day. I want to see it like that. I want to experience that. And then with my fitness routine, I have to go around my schedule. I do it when I feel like it, which is daily, but I get a chance to do it when my mind is prepared for it, ready for it, and it's able to embrace it. So I really do a lot of stuff, and I do a lot of pushing, pulling, bending, like I said, running, sprinting, jogging, all in one session. Body weight exercise. Like it's just, I never really stopped to really look at it all. I did it when I was doing Hit Your Way to Fit, and I didn't decide to write a book and then try to do something. No, I decided to write a book based on a lot of stuff that I was already doing, normal for me. So that's why it was enjoyable. I was able to be free with it because when it's normal for me, then I can enjoy it and I can be consistent with it. When I'm not counting how many burpees I just did, how many miles did I just run, how many of those miles were sprinted, how many, not miles sprinted, but how much of that distance was sprinted, how much of that distance did I jump rope jog, like how many deadlifts did I do. Like, I don't have to worry about that. And so it allows me to be very consistent, very free-minded, very relaxed, even though I'm pushing myself hard. And like I said, we all live in the real world. When people see you doing something that's inspiring for them for whatever reasons, then it's just enjoyable. And I'm just able to really get a benefit from it. But if I start tracking it because I'm participating in a program, or I'm doing it for this and that reason, it won't be the same for me. It won't be the same for me. I know that it is very inspiring and motivating, and it could be something that would be really wonderful, but I don't know if I really want to see myself like that whole day when I cut my grass, I edged, I did the weed whacking, then I decided to sweep instead of blow, use the blower. That's normal for me. And then I decided to, I'm never on the phone. Like right now I'm doing a video for my YouTube channel. So, but I don't take phone calls. Like, it's none of that. I just have my music and me and my thoughts and what I'm trying to do with my life and my reflections. But as I stated, I wouldn't want to see it. I don't want to know exactly how many miles I'm doing, or how many calories did I burn, because like I said, I finished doing the yard and then I detailed my car, and I don't time that, but I do a lot of, like, I'm sweating when I'm doing it. And then I come here where I'm at, I run across the field, I sprint on the track, like, and this might be all in one day. And then I go home and I might fix a smoothie. And my smoothie is my favorite fruits and vegetables. I'll have a veggie protein, or I might have a whey protein isolate. Like I said, I've been in the health and wellness industry, education field for, collectively 20 plus years. So I just know things that I know, and I just use that when it comes to me specifically. I'll use that from here. I'm not, how many calories did I just have? What distance did I just do? How much time, how many reps did I do? What was the frequency? Like, no, you don't understand. I'm already compulsive like that. I'm naturally like that already. So I'm doing it even when I'm not doing it. That's why it's hard for me to explain to people why, oh my gosh, well, we want to, we really want to track this. This needs to be seen. I don't want it to be seen. I'm not doing it for that. And like I said, if somebody just happened to do it, without my knowledge, to get the numbers and, you know, as a motivation or something. That's different. But for my awareness, like, this is so authentic and natural for me and consistent for me that I'm able to be consistent and have fun and really relax and be compulsive without it really stressing me. So yeah, I'm really serious about, I'm just a serious person anyway, to be honest. Like, I go overboard. I take things to the extreme when it comes to anything dealing with me. So to feel like I can release that, and I know it just happens with the knowledge that I have with health and wellness, it just happens to be in line with that. But yeah, I'm just able to have fun. My husband and I, we go out to eat a lot because he likes to take me out to eat, and I guess that's his time for dating and being romantic and thoughtful. So I, as a health and wellness professional, I don't take that away from us as a couple. I go along with it. I'll, have, when I'm doing something like what I'm doing now and I'm really focused, I'll order, really healthy, and I'll eat and I'll monitor how I eat. But then there are days that naturally, I just enjoy the food, enjoy the experience. Like, I'm not worried about how much food I ate and whatever. Like, for me, that's not something I feel like I have to worry about. I don't have to worry about how much sodium did I take in or whatever, because remember the balance that I'm always talking about? I have balance. So I don't have to worry about my blood pressure, my blood sugar when I have an annual doctor's appointment. Like, I already know that it's just gonna be right. I already know that my weight, BMI, and everything is gonna be on point because I know what I'm doing. Now, in certain situations that I've had, which is what I always try to recommend to my followers, being normal, that normalcy that I have, I can see my weight go up and down and shift when, I don't want to just, I'm reaching a time in my life where I just want to relax. Or just like when I had that surgery and I wasn't able to do anything. I didn't feel like I was able to relax. If I was really me and being me during that time, that compulsive part of me that is always thinking, then I wouldn't have been able to relax and recover for my surgery. But when I got released to get back into my normal routine, there she went. I picked it right back up, and now, as you see me on YouTube with my nutrition videos. You see me back outside. I'm back sprinting. I'm back jump rope jogging. I'm back doing all that stuff. And I'm free again to be who I am. And like I said, I've shared this in my books, and I've also shared it on my channel and just in my conversation with people. My mother, her career was in health and physical education. 43 years of service. So, and then my mother is very, very aggressive when it comes to competition and sport and things like this. That's her naturally. Like, I mean, really. So even if she's not doing it and she's motivating somebody else or whatever, like, it's just, that's who she is naturally. So and it's hard to see if you see my mom, because she's that just like me. I'm just like that, like she is. Very, has that very friendly, nice voice, but when she gets in competition mode, it is like, oh my goodness. Okay, pull back, relax, please. Go easy on. It's like really aggressive. But so I had that. I had that. My siblings had that. We have it in different areas for different things. It might be like in our work. It might show up when we're doing things physically for us. My youngest sister, she's also a health and physical education teacher. And she has an exercise science background and a business background. And naturally as a person, she's quite aggressive with certain things. So we have this like nice competitive aggression to us naturally. And whatever we're doing in our lives, it's just that. So I think the things that I have done in my life that I say are great, they come from that naturally. So when people are watching you and they just wonder, like, what went into you doing this? It's like, I don't know. I didn't really plan it out. I didn't plan out my physical fitness for the week. I didn't for the years I've been doing it. Like, since I was a child, I was just used to going outside playing. So for me, it's like, yeah, I'm older, but to me, this is me playing. I mean, I guess it just looks different because I'm 46. But this is play for me. This is play, this is fun. That's what it is. So, and to me, to be honest, I don't really think I look at it differently. I just look at it as I'm playing and I'm having fun. And I want to keep it that way. And just find ways to motivate and inspire people along while I'm doing it. But I want to stay being who I am. And that's just doing it. And I share what I share, but like I said, nobody really gets to see the full 24 hours when I'm just in active mode. Like, people just see bits and pieces of it, and I'm now aware of it because I started paying attention to the people that actually stop me what I'm doing. Like, if I'm detailing my car and they just happen to see it, and for whatever reason they happen to be able to get close enough to me to make a comment or say something to me about it, for a second, I'm able to be distracted with that. I hear what people say. The same with if I was doing my fitness trail and I just happen to pass a person and they just stop me for a second. Excuse me, I just wanted to ask you a question, or I just wanted to give you a positive comment or something like that. Like that, it doesn't stop me, so I don't get a chance to come down off of whatever's going on in my mind. But I noticed that I meet a lot of different people, and it's just older people, younger people, men, women, kids, teens. I've heard the comments, and so I started paying attention to them enough to know that, okay, who I really am, like, that is what people see. And for what I do as far as, I guess, my career, I'm happy knowing that I follow the path of what I really enjoy. So the benefits from it, I never really saw it because it's not, what they say, it's not really work. It's just what I do. But of course, depending on where you work and what you're doing, you see the system of work come in. But this is what I do. I enjoy, and it's hard work without being work at all. And I think that's why I'm able to stay consistent, even if it looks like I have moments in my life where I get off track, because I get off track. but I'm able to still just say, okay, really, I've seen consistency in my life. If I look at the whole picture, from my childhood to 46 years old, and I just cut out like the active part, I can see it. But I want to continue to inspire and motivate people. And when I get off of this phone, I get to go into my mode. So far, all you've seen is me walking, and that's all I'm going to do, of course, while I'm holding the phone. But that gives me a chance to do my videos while I'm holding the phone. And then when I'm finished, I get to go into my aggressive, athletic mode that, benefits me specifically. But yeah, I had an interesting weekend. Very interesting. Woo. I'm telling you, and that's another thing I want to bring up. Life is what it is. You never know those moments of, that's a great moment. Like, okay, for example, I can hurry it up. I had a very interesting weekend. My weekend was fantastic. It had a moment of pure emotion that did not feel good to me. I was sad, I was mad, all at one time, at a certain space and time for my weekend this weekend. And it wasn't something that I could have expected. So, and then because I'm so glad that my life has been changed, I noticed something that happens to me naturally that this didn't happen to me years ago. And what happened to me is just like what's in my books, go to thefaithoutcome.com. I was able to see that natural change that has taken over me. And so when I get in modes that are not comfortable for me, that don't feel good to me, that are negative for me, I go through them. So I experience it. I feel how I feel, but I notice what's different about me now is I'm consciously aware of how important it is for me to reset, be positive, and turn my situation around, switch my thoughts. Don't let it linger on. That was Friday or Saturday. So Sunday, all into my next week, I find a way. And it's still has its challenging moments, but I just pick it up and I turn it around. I switch my thoughts. Every time I notice that my mind, naturally as a human being, tries to go back to that situation that made me feel like this, nope. Come on, LaKeisha, snap back into it. This is where we are. That's gone. It was just 2 days ago, but it's in the past. And I'm not looking at the past. I'm looking forward. So I allow myself to experience it and the emotion that comes with it that doesn't feel comfortable like a normal person. But I just don't allow it to linger and hang on in my life. Like, I find a way to let it go. And that's something that, I couldn't do that years ago. I couldn't do it. I wasn't thinking like that. I wouldn't even notice that I wasn't letting go. I wouldn't notice that I was holding on and being grudgeful and angry and bitter and whatever, negative emotion. But now I am. So, like I continue to say to people, and in an inspiring way, I just, I go through life. I take it one day at a time. I take it one moment at a time. And I allow myself to be a human being, but I'm consciously aware of how I want to feel and how I want to be. And if I hold on to things that I can't control, then it just makes me bitter. And if I'm bitter and angry, I'm speaking bitterness, I'm speaking anger. And when I'm releasing that, I'm getting more of that. So for you, as my followers or people who are inspired and motivated by me, thank you again. But this is what is helpful to all of us. We have to live this life, and it's not going to be sunny days every day. The sun is out right now, but we had some rain, and we actually had some thunder and lightning, in the past week or whatever. So, but you can't stay there. You can't stay under the umbrella. You can't stay. It changes. Every day is a new day. Every day comes with different changes that feel good, changes that are uncomfortable, changes that it just does. And you have to go with it. You have to convince yourself to go with it and to make the best of it for you. Do what's best for you. Feel your best. And don't let anything or anyone dictate how you want to feel for long periods of time. When you go through a bad moment, you experience that bad moment. And when I say embrace it, I mean embrace it to the point that you're able to let it go. And you can do that by, okay, if you need to cry, cry. If you need to act upset, act upset. But then, okay, let it go. Snap out of it. You done fussed. You done did whatever you needed to do. You've cried. You've thrown things. Whatever, I don't know. Whatever you needed to experience. And now you're done. You're done with that. You letting it go, and you're living and enjoying your life. And you're seeing the rewards of taking whatever happened for you and using that to your advantage to continue to propel yourself for a brighter future. So your next week and your next month and your next year and your next 5 to 10 years and more are not predicted in a negative way for the future that you want to live. Okay, you want to take that negative and let it propel you into a positive atmosphere, and don't allow yourself or people or your circumstances or money or anything to motivate you to stay in a negative space. Oh, well, this drama is positive for me, it works for me, it creates money for me, etc. Yeah, but you hurting people along the way, and you're going to have to answer to that. Your actions, it doesn't matter what motivates and inspires you. Your actions, your decisions, they actually turn into the kind of energy that you release and get back for yourself. So when you're unable to look at yourself and say, I did this thing, and now, okay, that's coming back to me. I have to face that. And I'm going to face that. But I don't have to live in it. I don't have to spend decades in it. I don't have to allow the negativity from that to scar me into a mode that never, ever brings me back to the place that I need to be of peace for me. And I want to always continue to inspire people that live your life. You don't have to feel like you have to be perfect. You can aim for perfection, something that I try my best to do. But when I fail or fall from perfectionism, I'm able to embrace it and go on. Okay, I didn't do what I should have done. I made a bad decision. This was a bad choice. This wasn't good for me or anybody else. And I'm able to look at, okay, next time I know how to handle this situation when it comes up in my life. And now I've seen it. I've seen how it works out. So no matter how green it looks on the outside, it's dead if I go that way. And so I definitely allow that to motivate me and push me forward to do better. And I have been able to do better, now for a long time, because now I see it as a lifestyle. I see it as a practice. I see it in a way that I can embrace and enjoy my life and feel good about who I am. I can feel good about how far I've come, instead of looking at, oh, I failed during this time of my life, or I didn't do that right, or oh, I was here doing this and acting like that. Like, I don't have to live in that space. Now I can just see that, okay, that was then, this is now, and I'm doing so much better. And I'm so proud of myself today. And I'm glad for all the things that I've learned. I'm glad that I embraced the willingness to learn and put to action a change for the better. So I know how to motivate and inspire myself, and I do that, and I know how to live in it daily. So I try to share that as much as I can. But yes, I know how to relax. I know how to put everything down. I know how to live away from my phone and the computer and all that stuff. Like, I know how to do that with no problem. And I do it with no problem. And I don't feel guilty about it. Like, I know how to get my peace and not worry about what anybody else thinks or what they're doing or any of that. So I give that to the world through my books, through my channels with an S, and I know how to enjoy my life. So I want people to be able to enjoy their lives as well. This is Dr. LaKeisha J. Cole. I think that I'm done. But please remember, go to thefaithoutcome.com. Look at my resources if this is your first time meeting me. If it's not your first time meeting me, but you have not taken advantage of the resources, please do, because it's from my heart and it's very authentic and very universal for anyone. And you will find something in your life that is able to relate to the material and the words of wisdom, spirit wisdom shared. So have a great day. Live your best life and take it one day at a time. Smile, and whatever had you feeling some kind of way, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You're worth so much more. Let it go. Mentally, physically, spiritually, just let it go and start a new day. Today is a smile. Okay, comment below, and I'm at Dr. Jeanne Co, DRJEANCO, for my Instagram and TikTok page. I think that's all I have. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and in person. All right. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Bye.